Hello, welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to follow my journey to review all 1000 classic Looney Tunes shorts and give this video a like as well. So this is a review for Cats Away, and with me today to sail away with a whole bunch of cats is my good friend Fox in a Fix. Say hi!
Hi guys, it's Fox, and I gotta say, I love the title card.
Yeah, you actually stole one of my points I was going to mention later on. It's a great title card. I gotta say, it's such a charming drawing of Sylvester and Junior.
It's cheery, it made me happy.
Exactly, and it's good. And don't worry guys, we're not going to trash this short. This short's actually quite good. It's a bit strange in parts, but it's quite good, I think. So, just a few bits of info to get underway. So, as mentioned, this is Cats Away, released on the 12th of December 1953. It's the 696th in the series, and it's directed by Bob McKimson. You can find this on the Looney Tunes Superstar Hippety Hopper DVD set, and a HD version is lurking around somewhere, I'm not sure. You can't find it here on YouTube though, it'll just get blocked. Warner Brothers do not want any of the non-public domain Looney Tunes on the service, so in case you haven't seen it, well, it's Sylvester and his sons. They're out scavenging for food where Junior pushes his dad to apply to be a mouser on a ship so they can get some real food. Sure enough, after chasing mice, Hippety Hopper eventually comes out of a crate thanks to Sylvester Jr. and of course, they think it's a giant mouse. I mean, it's a Hippety Hopper Sylvester Jr. short. What else do you expect, right?
Well, I was kind of hoping the plot didn't involve Hippety Hopper. They didn't have to go this route. They could just be a mice hunting short. Would have been fun to see more of Sylvester and his son just getting into other kind of situation, but I guess it's alright because Hippety Hopper isn't in it as much as you would think.
But at least is in one scene, which I absolutely love, which we will certainly cover later on. As far as trivia goes, interestingly enough, there really isn't any, except that the title is a play on the two terms, of course, Castaway and Anchors Away. So there's that, I guess, but there's no celebrity references, there's no hidden things to find in the corner as far as I could tell. If I do miss anything, definitely let me know in the comments below because, well, I want to know everything, don't I, Fox?
Yeah, you're a sponge for information.
That's right, you know. When the cameras aren't on, it's just a giant brain with all electricity coming into it, of course. That's what I do. But when I first saw this one, I actually first saw it on that Looney Tunes Superstar Hippety Hopper set, but much like with the Pepe Le Pew set, unfortunately when you watch those one after another, it has the unfortunate effect where once you've seen one, you kind of forget the rest.
Yeah, it's not as memorable as when you look at a bunch of Tweety shorts, for instance. Those stand out in a different way. These all just sort of blend together when you watch them in a row, at least.
Oh, definitely. And as much as I love series like, I actually do like Hippety Hopper, by the way. It's not my favorite, but I do like that series. But as much as you got that series, Pepe Le Pew, Roadrunner, and a few others, watching those in a row, it just isn't good. It was never designed for that, and it gets old pretty quick.
So I doubt anyone picks up that DVD and just watches all those shorts in a row again, like the Pepe Le Pew DVD. I'm just not sure they went the right route for that, you know.
I'll never do it again, that's for sure. I did it once, never again. It just does not work like that. And that's why I love, at the time of this recording, 3 volumes of the Looney Tunes Collector's Choice, because you get a nice variety and you can select what you want. It's all different. And if you click the Play All button, you get a nice little randomizer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Saturday morning cartoons. It's just a random selection.
But let's take a look at this short because, as I mentioned before, I actually do like this one. I mean, it's not a standout or anything, but it's one of the shorts where it's on. I'll watch it. It's competent. It's funny. There's nothing really wrong with it.
No, and it looks good. Of course, the animation in this short is still beautiful and vibrant since it's still the old animation crew working on it. Been produced before the shutdown. The thing is, everybody associates 1953 with McKimson's unit being shut down. But the thing is, there was such a big backlog that you only see the new animation crew appear towards the end of 55, beginning of 56. So there's still a lot to go with his old crew animation shorts.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, between the time of the shutdown, which was roughly 6 or so months, and then reopening and putting cartoons back into production, for us as the viewer, we can't tell. It overlaps so well that you wouldn't even know there was a shutdown.
Right, it's mostly visible at the new McKimson shorts, which just look a lot stiffer than before.
But at least we got a few more of these really good ones to be treated to. I mean, this was released after McKimson's unit was shut down, of course, but it was worked on beforehand. It would have been worked on some point in 52. And yeah, this one starts off really well. I love the way it starts. It actually sets up the story pretty well. This is Ted Pierce who wrote this cartoon, him on a good day, because he can be very hit or miss around this point, right? Sylvester's kind of like the good dad here. It's like, son, let's go out and get some fish heads and we can treat ourselves. And Junior's lamenting, going, oh, but why can't we get some good food and all that stuff? And it's really good opening. I like it.
I guess we better mosey down to the wharf and rustle up a couple of fish heads or something. I'm hungry.
Oh, Father, I'm so tired of being an alley cat. Other cats have homes and don't have to scrounge for their food.
Yeah, I like their dynamic. It is noticeable that in this short, it's a little bit disheartening to see Sylvester be a little mean to his son, being a lazy father and a coward, and even letting Junior take care of the so-called big mouse that's supposed to be dangerous.
Exactly, and we even get that foreshadowing of Sylvester being lazy, because in the beginning, when Junior's like, oh, he really wants to be a home cat and not an alley cat, but Sylvester tries to justify it, and this is like a lazy justification, like saying, yeah, but you gotta meow for this, meow for that, like it's a chore for him. Since when's meowing a chore? But anyway.
Yeah, but they gotta pay for their security. They gotta meow for their supper, meow to be let out, meow to be let in, meow for this, meow for that. They got no freedom and independence like us.
I thought that was pretty funny. But one gag I thought, well, not really a gag, but there's one signage that I thought was absolutely hilarious because it makes no sense, but for the cartoon, you're like, whatever, it works. And that wanted cat. I mean, they're assuming that cats can read.
Yeah, I'm sure there's just a bit of a cartoon logic. There's some funny conversation in this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it does take almost 2 minutes to set everything up, but you know what? It's fine. And once we get going on the ship, it's all fun and games and the usual shenanigans that happen. And I like how this one implies that Sylvester's a lot older. Maybe he's in his, 40s, he's in cat years or something, He says he's not as spry as he used to be.
Oh, Father, our golden opportunity.
But, son, catching mice is pretty strenuous work, and I'm not as young as I used to be.
It's always fun to look at these shorts because of Junior's design. It's so funny to see that tiny body with a regular sized head on it.
Oh, definitely. I love Junior, and especially how he's just ashamed of his father in a lot of these shorts as well. I think it's just hilarious. And I think being a dad myself with a son as well, I think I can relate to these shorts a lot more now than I did when I was a lot younger.
Does your son also have exactly your head but on a tiny body?
No, and thank goodness for that. He's quite normal looking, thank goodness. And also, he doesn't carry around a paper bag either, saying, for shame. I mean, he probably feels like it at times, but no, there's no brown paper bag with him as far as I'm aware, at least.
Yeah, but what you said about the characterization of Sylvester seeming a bit older than we're used to, it didn't really interfere with my enjoyment of the short. It's fun to see him being this father figure. It's a different Sylvester than when he's haunting Tweety or Speedy Gonzales later, or when he's with Porky. It's all different characterizations of him, and I think that makes him really versatile, which is actually a good thing. You can put him in any situation, literally.
Yep, exactly. It feels like they're all different Sylvesters. In this one, he's like an older father in his 40s or something. All right, cats don't live that long, I know, but I'm sure people get what I mean when I say that.
Yeah, like he'd be probably 11 years old in the real cat years.
Yeah, I think so, yes, definitely.
Okay, come on, son. Let's get to work. But remember, no lying down on the job.
But yeah, once they're on the ship, Sylvester isn't very nice. He's clearly taking advantage of his son. He's getting all the mice while he chills. And Junior, to his credit, he stands up for himself. He rightfully points it out.
Father, I thought you were going to catch mice, and I was going to help you.
And Sylvester again justifies it as saying, you hunt the little mice and I'll hunt the big mice. Foreshadowing what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I feel he isn't always like this. He wants to make a good impression on his son, which he does in this short as well, but he's never been this mean to his son, so I'm not sure why they took this direction, but it's not a very big deal.
I'm doing all the helping, and you aren't doing anything.
Well, son, it's like this. Now, you're a little cat, so you take care of the little mice. I'm a big cat, so I take care of any big ones, if any come along. Fair enough?
So we inevitably will see Hippety Hopper. So pretty much little mouse goes in and Hippety Hopper is let out by Junior. And sure enough, Junior's like saying to his dad, hey, there is a big mouse now, so can you do it? And so Sylvester doesn't believe him, of course.
Father, I found you one. A great, big, giant mouse.
A giant mouse, eh? And just how big is this giant?
Real big. As big as this.
Yeah, and the whole Hippety Hopper part was actually kind of short, didn't you think? So he was not in it a lot. There's only 3 scenes, I think.
Yeah, it was a means to an end, and I actually think it works here. They could have maybe gotten away with another character or something instead, but I don't know. I think it works with the whole big mouse, small mouse kind of thing that they're going for.
Yeah, and whenever Hippety Hopper is fighting Sylvester, that looks really fun. I'm sure there's someone who exactly knows which animator did that, but those scenes in 53 still look really lively.
And I like how Sylvester's like, oh, big mouse, big deal. He's just walking. He's like, yeah, whatever. And then he walks out all white in scenes which we've seen before in Looney Tunes, but it's still funny.
Another thing that stood out to me, there's actually, when Hippety Hopper is fighting Sylvester, there's actually some musical timing involved, which is mostly something that Thrilling does. Yeah, it's here too. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, it is a fantastic scene. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole thing, and I believe that Scribner doing it because it's very loose and that's the way he draws. And it's done so well. It's done to what's known is Von Suppé's Poet and Peasant Overture. That's the song, in case you were wondering, because I even listened back to the actual thing. I'm doing Manny's job, Manny Cruz, the 2D tenor who's on this channel. I'm doing his job. Hi, Manny, if you're listening. I'm actually listening to this stuff, and he's like, good, I've taught you well. But yeah, it is done so well to the music, and that scene just stood out for me. I thought it was fantastic. Absolutely well done.
Yeah, and after that, the way that Junior is dealing with the kangaroo is through music and dancing, which is really funny. I didn't see it coming. There's again the element of music being used, so I thought that was actually a fresh thing for this series.
And you also get scenes like, okay, where Junior's listening, you know, he's still proud of his dad, even though his dad's being a bit not as good in this short, of course, but he's like, did you give him his just desserts? No, he doesn't like desserts.
Did you give him his just desserts, Father?
No, he doesn't like desserts.
Sylvester then tries to get out of hunting the big mouse. Is kind of like, okay, he'll get all the little mice and then Junior's going to get the big one. So again, he's being not very nice to his son, is he?
Yeah, he's being a bit manipulative, but that's because he's a coward. Kind of daffy-like.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, the dance scene is pretty cute, and of course that just proves that Junior's a lot smarter. He gets Hippety Hopper, locked him up, there's the outcome, and he then says to his dad, well, you got to keep your promise now. And Sylvester's like, oh yeah, I guess I have to.
Suffering succotash!
You said if I take care of the big one, you'd go after the little ones. You promised.
If I gotta, I gotta.
And sure enough, he chases a mouse, which has red hair for some weird reason. But did you expect this mouse to eat those vitamins and all that stuff and become this monster?
No, that really came out of nowhere. I thought it was really random when that happened, but I do like it when shorts like these surprise me in a way, so I could appreciate it.
Because what they could have done, and I'm not saying it would have improved the short or anything, but this short could have been a case of the little mouse is being chased, but then that same mouse would somehow eat something that makes him big, and every time Sylvester sees it, it's like a giant, overgrown, hideous mouse or something instead of Hippety Hopper. But whatever. Who cares? It's just another
it was a
idea.
bit random, but I did like to be surprised.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And look, I do love the final gag, though, where...
I knew it. You must have ate it up, didn't you?
Yes. Where it's like, now remember, do not open the door no matter how much I yell and scream or whatever he says. And Junie's like, nope, I remember your instructions. Open the door, open the door. It's just, yeah, I guess Sylvester's getting his just desserts, and hopefully he'll learn his lesson to not be mean to his son again.
I actually meant the very last gag with making a big impression. That was such a dad joke.
Wherever he goes, he always makes a good impression.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of what I like to do, to try and make a big impression on my own son, but, yeah. But I really think this one's a good one.
I was pleasantly surprised because I feel like when I'm watching this short, I'm always watching them in a row, I'm like, oh, let's look at these Hippety Hopper shorts again, and then this one comes along, but I never look at it in a vacuum like I did now, so maybe I should do that more often because you get to appreciate it a bit more. And Sylvester Jr. is such a precious little character. When I think of these shorts, it's mostly I think about the kangaroo character, but he was hardly in this. It was mostly Junior and his father carrying the whole thing, so I think Junior needs a lot more appreciation, for me at least.
Yeah, I think he's a great character. I really do. Is he the greatest Looney Tunes character? No, but I like it. He gives an extra bit of an interesting side to Sylvester, another element, You got Sylvester when he's with Tweety, you got Sylvester with other characters now. You got these different kinds of shorts where he has a son. I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah, he's cute and he looks very funny, and I think he has a very nice character as well.
Exactly, and Hippety Hopper, barely used. Okay, fair enough. I mean, he seems to be shipped all over the world. Maybe no zoos really want him. I have no idea, because he's always on a ship or a truck or something, being dumped all over the world.
Well, the Hippety Hopper character is just like Roadrunner, he's just a force, he's there, he's just doing his thing with Hippety. There's still some fun animation here and there. Roadrunner is mostly just static or standing still or being this big cloud of running bird. But it's kind of the same thing, don't you think?
Yeah, he's definitely, he's a force and nothing more. And here, yeah, he's just used as a means to an end, just to try and get Sylvester to be more nice to his son, really, but indirectly, of course.
Yeah, maybe there's even a moral in this story.
Yeah, somewhere, I guess.
I just like to talk about the little things I love about these less-known shorts. Especially McKimson, I feel like works with some more unpredictable material gag-wise at times. But unfortunately, that also means it's not necessarily funny all the time, but it makes these shorts interesting in some way.
And this short for me, look, I'm just thinking what would be a good score for it, because it's not a masterpiece or anything, but it's still good. I still like it. I think 8.5 might be a very fair score. This is before all the low-quality animation comes into play and all that sort of stuff in the series. I think it's still in a good spot. I like it. I stand by that. 8.5 out of 10.
I might go with an 8. It didn't blow me away, but it was very good. And that's what an 8 is to me. So, an 8 for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's about right. I think it's not going to be 10 out of 10 like Duck Dodgers or anything, but hey, it's still fun. If it's on, I'll watch it. Simple as that.
It's very fun filler.
Exactly. 100%. So, that will do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And until next time, take care.
Don't worry, Father. I remember your instructions. Nothing I hear will make me open that door. That's what makes me proud of my pop. Wherever he goes, he always makes a good impression.